Hey there, friends. Welcome back to another exciting episode. Today, we're going to dive into a topic that's not only practical, but could potentially save your life. The essential items you should always have in your car. Now I know what you're thinking, but I've got a spare tire and a first aid kit. Isn't that enough? Whether you're a seasoned road warrior or a newbie driver, having the right supplies on hand can make all the difference in those unexpected situations that always seem to pop up at the worst possible times. From harsh weather conditions to breakdowns and accidents, being prepared is the key to staying safe and getting back on the road as quickly as possible. And trust me, you don't want to be caught off guard when a disaster strikes. So grab a pen and paper or your trusty note-taking app, because by the end of this video, you'll have a comprehensive list of must-have items that you'll want to keep in your car at all times. And who knows, this knowledge might just save your bacon one day. Essential item number 1, emergency kit. All right, let's start with the big daddy of car essentials, the emergency kit. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that just a fancy term for a first aid kit? Well, my friend, you're only partially right. A proper emergency kit is like a Swiss Army knife for roadside emergencies. It should contain everything from bandages and gauze to flashlights, flares, and even a basic tool set. Imagine this scenario. You're driving down a deserted road at night when suddenly your car breaks down. You pull over, but it's pitch black, and you can't see a thing. That's where your emergency kit comes in handy. You can whip out a flashlight or flares to make your car visible to passing motorists, and maybe even use the tools to attempt a quick fix. But that's not all. A good emergency kit should also include essential supplies like bottled water, non-perishable snacks, and a blanket or two. Trust me, you'll be grateful for those provisions if you find yourself stranded for an extended period. And let's not forget about the importance of having a basic first aid kit on hand. You never know when a minor cut or scrape might occur, and having the right supplies can prevent further complications. Now you might be thinking, but emergency kits are expensive, right? Well, here's a little secret. You can easily put together your own kit with items you probably already have lying around the house. Or if you'd rather buy one pre-made, there are plenty of affordable options out there. Essential item number 2, jumper cables. Next up, we have an item that's a must-have for any car owner, jumper cables. Let's face it, we've all been there. You're in a rush, you hop in your car, turn the key, and nothing. That sinking feeling of a dead battery is enough to ruin anyone's day. But with a good set of jumper cables, you can easily get a jump from a kind stranger or your trusty friend or family member and be back on the road in no time. Now, I know what you're thinking. But isn't it better to just call roadside assistance? Well, sure, that's an option. But do you really want to sit around and wait and potentially pay a hefty fee when you could have easily solved the problem yourself with a simple set of jumper cables? Plus, having jumper cables on hand means you can be the hero and help out a fellow motorist in need. Imagine the gratitude you'll feel when you're able to lend a hand and get someone's day back on track. But here's the kicker. Not all jumper cables are created equal. You'll want to invest in a quality set that's long enough to reach between the battery terminals of 2 cars and has heavy-duty clamps that can make a secure connection. And don't forget to brush up on the proper way to jumpstart a car. It's a simple process, but doing it incorrectly can be dangerous or even damage your battery or electrical system. Essential item number 3, tire repair kit. All right, let's move on to something that's sure to come in handy at some point, a tire repair kit. Now I know what you're thinking, but I have a spare tire, isn't that enough? Well, my friend, that spare tire is great for getting you to a safe location. But what if you're stranded miles from the nearest tire shop? That's where a tire repair kit can be a lifesaver. These handy kits usually contain a couple of different tools and materials to help you temporarily repair a flat tire and get you back on the road until you can get it properly repaired or replaced. Typically, you'll find a tire sealant and an inflator, which can be used to seal small punctures and re-inflate the tire. Some kits even come with a tire plug kit, which allows you to plug larger holes and get you back on the road in no time. Now, I know what you're thinking, but aren't those repairs just temporary? You're absolutely right. A tire repair kit is meant to be a temporary fix until you can get to a professional. But trust me, being able to limp your way to a tire shop or back home is way better than being stranded on the side of the road. And let's not forget about the convenience factor. With a tire repair kit in your trunk, you won't have to worry about changing a tire on the side of a busy highway or in inclement weather. Simply repair the flat and you're good to go. Essential item number 4, ice scraper and brush. All right, let's shift gears and talk about something that's essential for those of us who live in colder climates, an ice scraper and brush. Now I know what you're thinking, but I live in a warm climate. Do I really need one of those? Well, my friend, let me tell you a story. A few years back, I was on a road trip through the mountains, and let me tell you, those winding roads were no joke. But what really threw me for a loop was waking up one morning to find my windshield completely covered in a thick layer of ice. Without an ice scraper, I had to resort to using a credit card and my gloved hands to try and clear a small viewing area. Needless to say, it was a frustrating and time-consuming process. But if I had had a good ice scraper and brush on hand, I could have cleared my windshield in a matter of minutes and been on my way without any hassle. And let's not forget about safety. Driving with an obstructed view is incredibly dangerous, not just for you, but for everyone else on the road. A clear windshield is essential for maintaining proper visibility and avoiding accidents. Now, when it comes to choosing an ice scraper and brush, you'll want to look for one that's durable and ergonomically designed for comfortable use. And if you live in an area with particularly harsh winters, you might want to invest in a longer brush or one with an extendable handle to make clearing your car a breeze. Essential item number 5, reflective triangles or flares. Last but certainly not least, we have an item that could quite literally be a lifesaver. Reflective triangles or flares. Now I know what you're thinking, but I have hazard lights, isn't that enough? Well, my friend, while hazard lights are great for alerting other drivers to your presence, they don't always provide enough visibility, especially in low light conditions or when your car is disabled on a busy highway. That's where reflective triangles or flares come in. These handy little devices can be placed behind your vehicle to warn oncoming traffic of your presence, giving you an extra layer of safety while you wait for assistance. Imagine this scenario. You're driving down the highway at night when suddenly your car breaks down. You pull over to the shoulder, but it's a poorly lit area and your hazard lights just aren't cutting it. Without reflective triangles or flares, you're putting yourself at risk of being rear-ended by a driver who simply didn't see you in time. But with these essential items on hand, you can quickly set them up behind your car, creating a highly visible warning system that will alert other drivers to your presence and give them ample time to slow down or change lanes. And let's not forget about the peace of mind factor. Knowing that you have an extra layer of safety can go a long way in reducing stress and anxiety in those already stressful situations. So there you have it. The top 5 essential items you should always keep in your car. From emergency kits and jumper cables to tire repair kits, ice scrapers, and reflective triangles or flares. Having these items on hand can make all the difference in those unexpected situations that always seem to pop up when you least expect them. Now, I want to hear from you. What other essential items do you keep in your car? Or maybe you have a personal story about a time when one of these items really came in handy. Drop a comment below and let's get a conversation going. And don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to our channel for more practical tips and advice. Trust me, being prepared is the key to staying safe on the road. And with our help, you'll be ready for anything.